Have you ever spent a weekend creating a gorgeous green underwater world for your goldfish, only to wake up and find it completely demolished? Yeah, we've all been there. Well, today we're going to fix that. We are going to figure out how to build a lush, beautiful planted tank that your goldfish will actually live in, not just eat. If you've ever felt that sinking feeling looking at your aquarium and seeing it turned into a salad bar after a hurricane, you are definitely not alone. It's a classic problem. Goldfish are just notorious for munching, digging, and basically redecorating with any plant you put in there. But I promise you, a green, thriving goldfish tank, it is 100% possible. So you might be thinking, why even bother with all this? Why not just use plastic plants? Well, the difference is night and day. Live plants are like these little hardworking engines for your tank's ecosystem. They actually improve the health of your water by consuming fish waste, they pump out oxygen, and they give your fish something to explore. Plastic plants, they're just there. They don't do anything for your water quality, and honestly, they can just become a magnet for gunk and algae. Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll dive into the Great Goldfish Challenge. Then, we'll talk about why live plants are so worth the effort. After that, the main event, your goldfish-proofed plant guide. Then, I'll share some secrets to successful planting, and finally, we'll put it all together so you can create your own green oasis. All right, let's kick things off with the Great Goldfish Challenge. Because look, if you want to win this battle, you have to understand your opponent. So let's break down exactly what makes these fish such little wrecking balls when it comes to plants. It really all just comes down to their nature. First off, goldfish are omnivores, which means plants are on the menu. They are also constant foragers, which means they're always tasting and nibbling on, well, everything. And they are diggers. They love to sift through the substrate looking for snacks, which means your poor plant roots don't stand a chance. It's not that they're trying to be destructive, it's just who they are. Okay, so we get it. It's a challenge. But now let's talk about the reward. Why are we going through all this trouble? Because honestly, the benefits of a live planted tank are a total game changer, not just for how the tank looks, but for the health of your fish and the water they live in. Think of live plants as a built-in life support system. They're natural filters, literally pulling nitrates, that's fish waste, out of the water. That means cleaner water and fewer water changes for you. They also release oxygen for your fish to breathe. Plus, they provide amazing enrichment, giving your goldfish places to explore and hide. And, of course, they just look stunning. All right, we've gone over the problem and we know why it's worth solving. So now let's get to the good stuff, the actual solution. I'm talking about these specific plants that can take whatever your goldfish throw at them and not just survive, but actually thrive. Now, to make this super easy to remember, we're going to sort our plants into two main groups based on their survival strategy. First up, we have the untouchables. These are the plants that are either too tough to tear apart or just plain taste bad. Then we have the rapid responders. These are the plants that grow so ridiculously fast, they can easily outpace any damage your goldfish managed to do. Here it is, your cheat sheet for success. Anubias and Java fern, high resistance. They're tough, they're bitter, and they get left alone. Jungle val, it just grows too fast to be wiped out. Duckweed is actually a snack, but it multiplies so fast it doesn't matter. And crinum has these super thick, tough leaves. All great choices. So let's talk about the heavy hitters first, Anubias and Java fern. These guys are amazing. Their leaves are thick, kind of leathery, and have this bitter taste that goldfish just seem to hate. But you know what the best part is? You don't even plant them in the gravel. You attach them directly to rocks or driftwood, which means your goldfish can't dig them up. They are the definition of low maintenance and high reward. Now for our second strategy. It is all about speed. Plants like jungle velisneria grow so fast that even with constant nibbling, they just keep on growing, creating this amazing forest-like background. And then there's duckweed. This stuff is on another level. Goldfish absolutely love to eat it, but it reproduces so quickly that you've basically created a never-ending, self-replenishing salad bar that also sucks nitrates out of the water. It's a win-win. And hey, if you want a few more options in your arsenal, check these out. Crinum calamistratum has these incredibly long, tough, crinkly leaves. Marimo moss balls are kind of weird. They're actually a type of algae, and your goldfish will have a blast kicking them around like a soccer ball. And Bolbitis is another awesome fern you can attach to decor.
Okay, so picking the right plant, that's half the battle, but we're not done yet. The other half is all about technique. How you actually introduce and secure these plants in your tank is absolutely crucial for their survival. For our untouchables, the Anubias and Java ferns, this part is simple but so important. You take that thick horizontal stem that's called the rhizome and you attach it to a rock or a piece of driftwood. A tiny dab of superglue gel or some fishing line works perfectly. Now, here is the number one rule, the most important thing to remember. Whatever you do, do not bury that rhizome under the gravel. It will rot and the plant will die. Keep it exposed.
Now for the other guys, the strategy is a bit different. Rooted plants like Phalansnaria go right into the substrate, and popping a root tab underneath them will give them a fantastic head start. For bulb plants like Crinum, here's a great little trick. Once you plant the bulb, place a protective ring of small rocks around it. That stops your goldfish from digging it up while it's getting established. And here's a pro tip for everybody. Make sure your goldfish's food has some plant matter in it. A well-fed, satisfied goldfish is much less likely to go looking for a snack in your aquascape. So there you have it. We've talked about the why, the what, and the how. Now it's time to bring it all home. Let's put all these pieces together and talk about creating that thriving green oasis you've been dreaming of. Let's just boil it down to a simple recipe for success. Number 1, choose the right plants. Go for the tough, the bad tasting, or the super fast growers. Number 2, use the right techniques. Anchor those plants securely and never, ever bury a rhizome. Number 3, support the whole system by keeping your goldfish well fed. And finally, number 4, be patient. Give your new plants some time to settle in and establish their roots. That's it.
See, it's not impossible. By picking the right species and using some smart planting strategies, you can absolutely have that lush, beautiful, stable environment for your goldfish. So the only question left is, are you ready to finally turn your tank from a temporary snack bar into a permanent, thriving sanctuary?